And it's the kind of story that restores hope in humanity and makes you think of all the wonderful things like serendipity and people being at the right place at the right time, and the amazing reckless love of God which places doctors in airplanes and
then excruciatingly optimistic.
and then lives are saved. No, but every so often you hear a story and it's just amazing on so many different levels. And so yesterday we talked about this story about a lady who wasn't feeling too well. According to how it was reported, she had abdominal pains and she fainted or she collapsed in the airplane, and luckily my knight in shining armor of the season was on the flight, chief superintendent, and managed to bring the situation under control, albeit under difficult circumstances and not a very controlled environment. So that's what that story is about.
So
yes.
So that's what we are talking about. We are talking about how ordinary things can save a life, and people doing their jobs can save a life. And Dr. Samuel Ofori is here to tell us himself. Doc, thanks again.
Thank you.
Great. So if you can please just move towards us a bit. Thank you. What happened? What happened on the plane?
Good morning, Ghana.
So good morning on behalf of Ghana this morning.
Well, the issue that happened was we were transiting through Schiphol, Amsterdam to Ghana, to Accra. We had a little bit of weather challenge, so there was delay on the flight. There was one passenger that got injured on the flight, that was bleeding on the flight, so he had to be taken care of by the ambulance system at Amsterdam. And then because of the bleeding into the plane and health issues because of transporting, the flight was cleaned up, and then we took off.
So this was before you went on the plane?
Yes. That was the first incident that happened, or the incidents, the challenges that happened during that day. On board the flight, when we took off, I think 1.5 hours mid-air, this patient that was sitting behind me in the next row there was this scuffle or this chaos that was happening. I mean, you could hear somebody retching, trying to vomit. I mean, I was trying to catch some sleep because I had started my journey like from 4 a.m. to that time. And then the flight attendants took her to the back cockpit area to see how best they can handle whatever is going on. Then someone alerted us that it seems somebody is not feeling well behind there, and they are doing a CPR. So I said, okay, let's have an eye, let's catch a glimpse of what is happening and see what we can do to also help. If it means, getting down to any of the nearest airports so that she will be attended to. So we got in there, we saw this woman who was taking in the meal and then having abdominal cramps, difficulty in breathing, some sort of laryngeal spasms. I mean, the laryngeal spasms, so having difficulty.
And a laryngeal spasm is?
It's like your airway passage is blocked.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so when you're breathing, the air is not going?
Yes, because of the allergic presentation that she was having. So having difficulty in breathing, it was breathing as fast as it can, and was restless and itching all over with urticaria rash, like a pimple or whatever.
Hives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and all this was because she was having an allergic reaction?
Yes. So I took a quick history, a medical history, to get to know her, what she has, if there's any condition, or if she knows the allergic condition that is present or she knows about. Then we can be able to tailor a form of treatment towards it. Yeah. So the quick medical history: she's had an organ transplant before. She has an intestinal autoimmune disease, and that is predisposing her to getting these conditions.
So what's an intestinal autoimmune disease?
this disease was what we call celiac disease. It's an autoimmune condition, and was on a gluten-free diet because she reacts to gluten. So that's what the history she gave us. So knowing this at the background, then we can tailor our medical response or resuscitation upon flights. Fortunately, KLM had emergency drug list that was available. So we looked through what was available. All that we could use was hydrocortisone and cetirizine tablets that will reduce. So we have to improvise the dosage and then the duration of response to get her better. And we don't have oxygen in there and you know, high altitude, the cabin pressure and oxygen saturation is also another challenge. She was restless, she was panicked. I think the fear of death also compound the issue, make the condition worse. So our first modality of treatment was just to calm her down, and that's the art of being a doctor.
I thought you were going to say the art of calming people down. Go ahead.
So we spoke to her psychologically just to calm her down. Then we started our treatment. We gave the hydrocorts and then the cetirizine. Cetirizine will take a longer time for it to act, but then it's a tablet that also takes a look. You want something that will get into the veins to get whatever you have to do.
So preferably an
Yes.
injection.
Yes, and injectables, but then we had the tablet, so we had to just improvise in the thought of mind, spell of the time, just do what we have to do. And we were able to get hold forth the condition. She got better, improved. Then we had to discuss with the captain, get to know whether we are descending to the nearest hospital within Europe, because once you cross the Atlantic, the nearest hospital or the nearest health facility that the captain told us was to come to Accra, and that's about 3.5 hours the journey. So we needed to take a decision to get to know whether we are getting to Europe, a closer country that was Spain. So I had a discussion with the captain, the cockpit, a 10 minutes discussion, and then we came to evaluate what we've done, to assess and see whether she's responding to the resuscitation that we've instituted, whether she will be able to travel the journey for 3 hours and get to Accra. And yes, so we got ORS. We didn't have any rehydration. We got ORS to improve of his circulatory or hemodynamic state. I mean, because of the reactions, what it does is that it takes you to a state of more or less like a shock.
Okay.
Yes. So we needed to resuscitate him with infusions, but we didn't have it, so we need to improvise and use ORS. Let her drink as much as she can, and then...
So there was ORS in the medical kit?
It's sugar and salt, so
you just mixed it. You just got sugar and got salt and you mixed it in?
We did, yes.
Okay.
The flight attendants helped us to get this done. We had only one sachet. I think, yes, I had one sachet, and then we had to get the others too. And fortunately, an hour to an hour and a half before we touched down, she was up and about, and everybody was glad on flight. So we landed safely. Everybody was safe.
In Accra?
In Accra.
So you didn't choose to land in Europe?
That was the difficulty. That was another motivation part that drove us to get this patient better. I missed the delay that we had at Schiphol, about 3 to 4 hours already. So everybody was pressed. You could see the agitation that was going on board. Even those within the business class, the first class, were agitated, getting to know that I think everybody wants to get on board. People have traveled all the way from Canada from different, and then they are transiting.
So they are moving.
So those were the challenges.
Wow. So I'd like you to go back just a moment, and for the sake of those of us who are not in the medical profession, unpack some of the things that you've said. So what was wrong with the woman?
She had, by taking in the food, which we're suspecting had gluten. So most times they will tell you this is a gluten-free diet.
Yeah.
But then gluten-free doesn't mean that it's free of gluten. The minutes of gluten in the food can, especially having that celiac disease, the autoimmune condition affecting the gut. So that's then heighten the sensitivity reaction, the allergic reaction, and then the condition that presented. So you have abdominal discomfort, nausea, vomiting. Sometimes it can end up in extreme situation. It can end up to death. But these are the presentation that comes along with it. Yes.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. And just a quick check will show that a gluten-free diet excludes a mixture of proteins found in wheat-related grains like barley, rye, oats, and all of these. And this celiac disease that you keep calling, and what does it do? The autoimmune disease, what does it do?
The autoimmune condition is that the response, it destroys your gut lining. So the ability to die, malabsorption syndrome presents itself. You need the intestinal lining to help you in absorption.
To absorb food.
To absorb food that you've taken in after the digestion, how the digestion process is going on. But then because of this condition, as a hypersensitivity reaction, that destroys the villi. We call it the villi. The villi, that is the lining of the intestines. So once that is destroyed, then your ability to absorb food is
and as a result of all this, she couldn't breathe.
Yes, she couldn't breathe because of the reactions. I mean, it presents itself in bizarre way. Anything can happen when you get any form of allergic reaction can present
itself as an
emergency. Yes.
So I mean, you are sitting down, and in a plane, you hear people have taken a certain woman to the back because she's not feeling well. Of course, you're a doctor, you're trained to save lives, but you don't have to. So why did you?
I think, well, it's just to do what you do and do best. What you know how to do and do best at any particular point in time. And I think how you brought up also mold you in the way you do your things. I happen to be, they say it's dignitatis hominum.
And what does that mean?
The dignity of mankind.
Okay.
And that is the motto of the school I attended. That's St. Peter's.
Pescoba.
Yeah, Pescoba.
Interesting. So you're a Pescoba, and way back in St. Peter's, you learned about the dignity of mankind.
Yes, Pesco we had this very small, big family. Let me put it in that way.
A small, big family. Okay.
Everybody in the school gets to know everybody in the school. We interact well. You learn certain cultures, certain different habits, but then we gel together. That's a big family that I find myself in, even till date. We tend to help ourselves. It's a more or less a networking environment.
Yeah.
Not just for business, but just for our welfare, and especially in my class of 92, 94 year group. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's one.
So that's where you learned this.
Yeah. I mean, selfless, humble rules of engagement that you get to do what you do best.
Interesting. But you didn't do this alone. There was a German doctor there to help you.
Yes. I think he started the resuscitation. So when I got in to peep. But then I got in, I saw, and I was told that this is a doctor. And it's in his late 70s, early 80s, I think he's frail. So I told him, Doc, can you just step aside so that the young energetic ones will do, so that we'll call in when it's necessary.
Yeah. So
that he can rest. And he had a long journey already, so we thought of him resting. But he did it, so also has contributed his contribution to resuscitating immensely. And I think everybody on flights at that particular point in time helped. There were nurses that were coming from America that also joined in taking the vitals, making sure that everything. Those that were people looking through their hand luggage to see if they have any emergency medication that we can use to help. So I think.
Yeah, but at the heart of this, you're in a situation where you don't have a full medical kit. You have to even mix sugar and salt with water to make ORS. You have to pick a few pills. You don't have an injectable. And that lucidity, that presence of mind you need to do something as delicate as take care of a sick person. How was that? What's going through your mind at that moment?
We have an opportunity of by virtue of our training, and our training you get to a point that you need to improvising and doing things, or acting in the spell of the moment, using the bigger resources that you have to work. And I think that is what is shaping us to do what we do.
Okay.
So the limited resources that you have, just use it and then get the best out of it. And that culture, or that training has gone through and through, from right down from medical school to consultancy level now. I think that those are the challenges we have. So it's a more or less like a day-to-day activity. So you always have to think on your feet and get the things done.
I love how you make the thing sound so normal. Dignity of a man, we learned it in medical school. We had to get this pill, but for this woman who is at the receiving end of all this, okay, we want to take these important messages. My guest this morning is Chief Superintendent Dr. Samuel Ofori. He is a medical doctor who was traveling back to Ghana, and on the plane he found a woman who was suffering an allergic reaction that was threatening her ability to breathe. She literally was gasping for life, and he stepped in with another close to 80-year-old doctor, and a life was saved. When we come back, we'll hear a bit more about this woman herself and look at the receiving end of this impact. And then if you have any travel plans this holiday season, how do you avoid ending up in a situation where your health could be at risk? Dr. Ofori would be helping us answer those questions. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Let's go,
My name is Kwame Sefakain, and most of you know me as a media personality, but I am also a family man. The UMB mobile banking app, UMB Speed App, saves me so much time by letting me do almost all of my banking transactions on my phone. The cardless withdrawal feature allows me to withdraw cash from any UMB ATM without an ATM card. I can also pay bills, transfer money, request for a loan, invest money, and so much more. So now, I can spend less time at the bank and more time with the ones I love. Bank anywhere and anytime with a UMB mobile banking app, UMB Speed App, and get the time to do what you love most. Download the UMB Speed App from your Android, iOS, or Windows phone today. Call 0302-633-988 for more information. UMB Speed App, Digibank, let's go!
Yatisu. You can now own a tier rubber Hyundai Eon for the CD equivalent of $7,500. And the most exciting part is you only need to make a down payment of 10% and spread the balance over 5 years. You also get a 5 years warranty and 1 year free labor on all servicing. Visit Hyundai World Showroom at Obichebi Lamte Runabout to enjoy this incredible offer, or call 0542-522-941 or Stallion Motors on the Spintex Road, or call 0244-932-485. Kumasi, call 0244-312-900. Hyundai World, your reliable source of Hyundai vehicles and parts in Ghana. Hyundai, new thinking, new possibilities.
Hello, madam. Mommy has malaria. She said I should come and buy Hexapin and Agazone and Talimodino Nabutolosis.
Hey, Bayo, this malaria and you are stressing like this? Get Novamita. Novamita kills malaria parasites and comes in a special pack that fits into your pocket, wallet, or purse, so you never forget your daily dose. And if she has resultant anemia, give her 3-FA. 3-FA is a blood tonic.
Always get tested for malaria before taking medications. If you are pregnant or a lactating mother, seek medical advice first. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Novamita and 3-FA is manufactured and distributed by Pharmanova Limited. Locate them at Osu at number 3 Okodan Street or call 054-3171-894.
Novamita, sort to malaria one touch. Any 3-FA anemia, away. Novamita.
Shower to kill malaria.
Odo, let's show why. That's my boy.
Who is that?
Oh, that's my Airtel Tigo insurance.
You have Airtel Tigo insurance?
Yes, I'm a big boy. Share, marry me, and you can also enjoy my Airtel Tigo insurance free of charge.
Enjoy hospital and life insurance for yourself and up to 2 family members from just 10 pesos a day. More than 35,000 customers have received claims within 72 hours. Simply dial 550. Airtel Tigo Insurance. Underwritten by Prudential Life. Powered by Bima.
Hello, is this Amayebwa, please? Oh, congratulations, madam. You have won 10,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, so you are now 10,000 Ghana cedis richer. But before you can access your prize, you will have to send a small token to this mobile money number along with your mobile money pin to redeem your prize.
Don't be a mugu. MTN or employees of MTN will never call you to pay any money or send airtime before you redeem your promotional prize. You only win in a promotion you have participated in. Remember not to share your mobile money pin under any circumstance. It's your secret. If you're in doubt, call 100 or visit any MTN service center for assistance or clarification. You can also report fraudulent mobile money activity to mmfraud.gh@mtn.com or send a text to 1515. MTN, everywhere you go.
Darling, wake up. What time did you say your meeting was again?
It's by 8 a.m.
You're kidding, right? It's almost 7:30.
What? I'm going to be late. This may cost me the deal. Before I have my bath, before the truck get filled up, before
Quickly freshen up. I will help you request a ride on Uber.
Uber? In this area?
Exactly, in our area.
Baby, I'm ready.
So is your Uber ride.
Request a ride with Uber in Accra at any time and get to your destination with convenience. Uber, where to?
In everybody's eyes, the Mensahs are different. It is not because of how loudly Grandpa Mensah boasts. It is not because of how Mrs. Mensah is making big plans to open a new shop. It is not because Mr. Mensah's son has a list of fantastic dreams. It is not because Mr. Mensah is always giving great advice. But it is because Mr. Mensah took a My Life insurance policy for his family so that they can feel free to live the life they want. Be a hero to your family. My Life, live more.
Call My Life on 0242 439 999.
But I thought you said your place was ransacked by thieves a short while ago. So how did you manage to replace all your stuff so quickly? Hey, then it must have cost you an arm and a leg.
Nope, it only cost me 80 Ghana cedis.
Oh, Master, how is that possible? 80 Ghana cedis?
Oh, yes.
Must have stopped the concert. Or did the thief steal your brain as well?
Charlie, my brain is on point. I took a household content policy from Enterprise Insurance. Which cost me 80 Ghana cedis a year.
I see.
So after the break-in, they replaced everything.
From as little as 80 Ghana cedis cedis a year. Whether you are a tenant or a landlord, you can insure the contents of your home against burglary, fire and flood. Sign on to the Enterprise Household Contents Policy and secure your home.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Morning show. Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. Though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. Oh no. Something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong.
Deploy them, they can change and save a life. I have living proof of that sitting in front of me. His name is Chief Superintendent Dr. Samuel Ofori. He's a doctor. He went to the same school as hundreds of thousands of others and received the same training as hundreds of thousands of others who I'm sure will do the same in any given circumstance. But the reason why he's here with us is that he has shown us that when you go out there and do your job as you're supposed to, the impact is endless.
Just look him in the eyes and
this time it was the saving of the life of a woman. We're going to hear more about this woman that you saved, and we'll hear some useful advice for those of us who may be traveling this Christmas, whether you're going from Takoradi to Accra to Takoradi or you're going from here to Switzerland. You need to keep yourself safe so you can arrive alive. Our Furniture City wishes you all a Merry Christmas with grand Christmas sale discount of 20% on all home furniture and 25% discount on all home decor, carpets, cushions, table lamps, picture frames, wallpapers and more. At Furniture City, home of quality furniture. This is amazing. 20% on all home furniture and 25% discount on all home decor. Don't miss out on this grand Christmas sale at Furniture City. Furniture City Grand Christmas sale is until the 24th of December 2018. Hurry now and visit the biggest furniture showroom in Ghana for all your furniture needs. For inquiries, please call 0244 213 333 or 0540 120 790. The shop is on the Spintex Road close to Flower Pot, and it's a home of quality furniture. Enjoy the sale. Now, if you're a super football fan, this is your chance to see your favorite teams go head-to-head live at their home stadia in the UK. Simply open a Barclays account, Ultimate account. Maintain a balance of at least 500 Ghana cedis and swipe to make payments with your Barclays card as often as you can to win an all-expenses-paid trip to the UK to watch your favorite teams go head-to-head live. You can also win a stadium experience in our local super fan penthouse and take away exciting home items and your favorite team souvenirs. Don't miss out on your chance to win to experience football the way it was meant to be experienced, live with Barclays. Barclays is part of the ABSA family. Now, if you're looking for experts to handle your insurance needs, talk to J&G Insurance Brokers now. At J&G Insurance Brokers, we analyze your insurance needs and negotiate best terms with an insurer with excellent track records in paying claims. Above all, we also facilitate your claims and ensure that you are paid promptly. Call Dr. Gideon Amengedo on 0244 333 335 or 0504 333 335. You can also visit our website at jnginsurancebrokers.com or email us on info@jnginsurancebrokers.com. Our website is interactive 24/7. J&G Insurance, negotiating a great insurance deal is our business. Now, buying a new car isn't just about a physical product, it's actually a key financial decision. Be smart. Stay ahead of your peers with the all-new Toyota Corolla. And whether you choose a 1.6 or 1.8 liter automatic, your maximum fuel economy is assured. The Toyota Corolla has been redesigned to give you extra mileage and deliver the best driving experience for our generation. And there's more. Take advantage of our huge discounts promo this season by visiting any of our showrooms or call 0302 910 204 now. Make that smart decision today. Think economy, think value for money. Toyota Corolla, a dependable partner for life. Let me say a special good morning to you, Dr. Paul Bento. You are also a Pescoba who is currently a practicing doctor. Dr. Ofori, you are already inspiring so many other people this morning. And let's before I bring you in, anyone, you are you were a medical professional.
Yes, but before that though, and also Uncle James from the 64-year group says, Dr. Samuel Ofori, we are proud of you. So
thank you.
I just thought you'd like to hear that, and a couple of other messages as well. This is from the Radical Renegade. You deserve a Nobel. God bless your handiworks, and may he use this feat to open bigger and greater feats for you, and may your good name spread across all the corners of the world. Amen. So a lot of love coming your way this morning.
Thank you, Uncle James.
And I can imagine that for me, if I was on the flight, I would be extremely happy if you had been there and something like this had come. I can imagine how this lady must be feeling. I think sometimes we hear about these things, and because a life is saved, we may not understand the gravity of the situation. But you and I were speaking just before we came back on air, and I was telling you that I have allergies as well. And so I know that feeling of how you begin to itch, and your face begins to swell up, and it gets to your throat, and suddenly you can't breathe because your windpipe is almost closing and you are gasping for air. And it's very easy to go from that to being dead, because once you're not getting oxygen, your brain is not getting oxygen, your organs are not getting oxygen, the next place to go from there is death. So it's easy to have this conversation because her life was saved, but it could very easily have gone the other way.
Sure.
So that's definitely something that we're grateful for, because it really could have. The other thing that I was asking you was about people who have allergies and stuff, and who are aware of the allergies, and how sometimes the system would almost let you down, because you may say, I'm allergic to this, I'm allergic to that, but there's nothing in place to really cater to your allergies. And I wanted to ask you about why it is that I have come into contact with them, a few medical personnel who, when I speak of my allergies, they dismiss it, and they say, oh, it seems to be this new thing that Ghanaians have, and everything that they don't like, they say that they're allergic to. You know what I mean? Do you meet people like that whose allergies are not genuine? And then how is it important for us to be aware of our allergies, and how is it important that when we come to the hospital, we're able to insist that we know that these are the things that we react to, and how we're treated?
I think it all boils down to knowing your medical condition, knowing yourself very well. Anything that you are allergic to, just put it down, document it, and make an emphasis to your health personnel, and let them know this are the situation. Yes, sometimes because of situations that happen around, you say your medical personnel will reject what you are saying. But still insist and get that information across. I think it will be on a lower percentage of group of health workers that will ignore.
If you
yes.
say, okay.
I mean, what the teaching is that you have to take the medical history of the individual, and the history and the information that the patient is giving you is the ultimate your weapon, or that is your substructure that you're going to use to make your diagnosis and management. So you don't denounce any information that any patient gives to you.
But yes. Doc, before, I also wanted to, there's a difference between people who have allergies and people who are intolerant. Can you clarify that for us? Because there seems to be a lot of...
As Doc gets on that answer, let me open the phone lines quickly. 0302 216 541. 0302-216541, 0244-340-437. If you want to comment on this amazing story, you're free to do so. Doc.
Intolerance, there are certain, usually related to food substances. Yes, people are intolerant to dairy products, milk. People are also intolerant to certain, when it comes to the poultry side, people don't take egg and even chicken. And so when you have these products in other forms of food, then they have that intolerance. They get this abdominal upset, the nausea, discomfort, retching. Sometimes they have diarrhea stools that get them dehydrated. It behaves as if, let's put a scenario like getting like sort of like a cholera presentation. So you're just having a diarrhea because of the intolerance. Allergy then brings in the immune complex reaction. It's your body is predisposed to a certain agent, and that agent your body doesn't want it. So anytime you are exposed to it, then there's a reaction.
I have my first caller, and I understand this is someone you know. Hello? Yes. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes. Who is this, please?
Dalia, my name is Regina Ofori.
Oh, really? Doc, who is Regina Ofori? Doc, who is Regina Ofori?
That's my girlfriend.
Hey, your girlfriend. I'll tell your wife. So this is Mrs. Regina Ofori.
Yes, Daniel.
Oh, wow. Great to have you on the show. So
thank you.
Your husband is a lifesaver.
Yeah. I mean, look, we are just proud of him, and frankly, for me, I'm very shocked because when he came back from Switzerland I think because of the delay, he was supposed to touch down in Ghana at 8. He got in almost at 12 midnight. So it was late. Obviously, when he got home, it was very late. And he never mentioned it. Actually, he didn't say anything about it until the story started coming up. So that's when I got to know about it. And look, just to say, we are proud of him. And this morning, I was telling my friends that Joy FM, you guys are breaking his media virginity, laughing, because he has never been anywhere before. He never speaks anywhere. But God bless him so much for allowing himself to be used to save this woman's life. Myself, the kids, everybody, we are proud of him. We love him so much.
Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Ofori. Okay, so Doc,
can I have a second to cry?
Doc, you're in a special club now. The last interview we had that a family member called in was Shatawale. So
yeah, his sister called it.
His sister called it. So in a very, very special club now. But it's great to hear things like this, is it? But since that happened, what have been, and we'll be hearing about the patient soon, like I promised listeners, but what has been that reaction, and how do you feel? Do you feel like you've done a special thing? Do you feel like a hero people are making yourself out to be?
I don't think so. I think this is something we do every day. It's an everyday activity, and we see worse form or worst case scenarios than this. I'm an orthopedic and trauma surgeon, so mostly dealing with accidents, people, near-death situations. So I mean, it's a daily activity. So we don't.
Interesting. You call it, and like I said, you make it look so ordinary anymore. Someone just sent in a message. He said, "Good morning, enjoying your guest this morning. I think the area of medicine, etc., is a calling. For those who are called, you can easily see how solutions come to them. My dad worked at Enchi. Well, it's in the western region of Tatakwa, the Enchi government hospital in the late 80s and 90s, where there was no electricity. He used to perform cesarean sections with a torchlight, including other surgeries. And I grew seeing lots of everyday batteries and those silver torchlights. He served them for over 13 years. How he did that, I have no clue." Maybe we need to interview your father next.
Yeah, because that sounds something else.
Really, really like something else.
But Doc, can I just tell you what this whole your story does for me? What it does for me is that it's, how Daniel pitched it and said we're living our ordinary lives and we're doing ordinary things. And for me, what I'm learning from this is that in the ordinariness of the things that we do, in the mundaneness of what we may call or we may refer to as our calling, there is that extraordinary. Because this woman will never forget what you did. What you did is pretty ordinary to you, But on the receiving end, she will never forget. She'll tell the story to her children, to her grandchildren about this time when I almost lost my life and this man who was doing his ordinary stuff, stepped in and preserved my life. And so the lesson for me really is to find joy in the ordinary, because the ordinary becomes extraordinary.
Exactly.
To someone else.
And that's what it is, really. Every ordinary thing that we find ordinary has a little bit of magic in it, doesn't it? I mean, Samuel Yafi is our first caller. When I opened the phone lines and Mrs. Ofori called, we even left off that. It's our second caller. Yeah, so our second caller is Samuel Yafi. He's calling from Jolu. Good morning, Sammy.
Good morning.
How's everything?
Everything is fine.
Great. So what would you like to say?
Yes, I'm so pleased with this story. The man sitting before you is a mate of mine from St. Peter's, and he's a year group president as well. And I'd like to add that this is not too surprising, because personally, he will tell you the number of times I call him for telephone consultation when my children are going through the infections, all these bacterial infections, and the selfless way he treats everybody he comes into contact with. I'm so proud of him, and I like to say that as a police officer, the police is normally not seen in this light, but this is something so encouraging, and we'll just like to say that God bless him so much. Dignitati hominum. Sammy, proud of you. Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks a lot, Sammy, for calling. Today is the day for the PESCO, but I just got a message as well from the head of policy engagement and advocacy at CDD, Dr. Kojo Pumpuni Asante. You're also a PESCO. He just says one line. He's a PESCO. Okay, Hawa is on the line from Kolebu. Good morning, Hawa.
Yeah, good morning, Daniel.
You're not a PESCO, are you?
I just want to tell the doctor that he's done very well, and Ghanaians, we are very proud of him. And also want to find out from him if it's everybody who has allergies.
Okay, thank you very much, Hawa, for calling at 0302 216 541, 0302 216 541, 0244 340 437. Is Chief Superintendent Dr. Samuel Ofori, and he saved a life as doctors and interesting policemen are also trained to do. So, Doctor, there is a sort of mindset about people in these industries and yesterday we were talking about it with Dr. Paddy Aite, who is an obstetrician and gynecologist, and he was talking about how when we go to hospitals, we don't often receive a service. So it's as if the people who are there, like the nurses, the doctors, what have you, they don't understand that what they're doing is offering a service. So you are spoken to in a certain way, you are dealt with in a certain way. Similar complaints have been made about the police. What do you make of that?
I think this police is one of the greatest institutions that we have in the country.
I want to hear the rest of that, but David is on the line from Adabraka. Let me pick David's thoughts quickly since you are with us here in the studio. Good morning, David.
Hi, good morning, Dad. How are you doing?
I am blessed. How are you doing?
I'm great. My name is David Sefa. I'm a childhood friend of Dr. Sami. We used to call him Samuel Savi Seja Kocha way back.
No, say it slowly. Samuel
Savi Seja Kocha.
Samuel Savi Seja Kocha.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
Okay, it's a very long nickname. I wonder how they're giving him fans will be like. Okay, but what would you like to say to Samuel Sami Seva?
Sami is a great guy. He's very, very humble from childhood. And you know what? I think that is the surprising because way back from childhood, he's been selfless in everything that he does. I would want to say God bless you, Sammy, and thank you for making the Adabraka folks very, very, very proud. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks a lot for calling, David from Adabraka. Ernest is also on the line from Adenta. Good morning, Ernest.
Good morning.
Yes, let's hear you.
Good morning, Daniel.
Yes, Ernest, you're on air. I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Are you saying Doc is a police officer?
Yes, he is. He's Chief Superintendent Dr. Samuel Ofori.
Okay, so Doc must be 1 out of 100 police officers. And in the first place, I doff my hat to him for such a great job done. Makes Ghanaians proud. But I have a little question for him, and it is that sometimes I have had a concern why you would see a police officer on duty somewhere, let's say on the road, directing traffic, and right under his nose, there's somebody doing something that is criminal. And you don't, it's like he hasn't even seen it. And that is why I say he must be 1 out of 100. You know, that was not his duty at all, but he acted and has saved a precious life.
Thank you, Ernest, for calling us from Adenta. Frank is calling from Inginam. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning.
Great, let's hear you.
Yes, this is Frank Benin from Inginam. And I just wish to congratulate my brother out there. He's my classmate, right from St. Peter's to medical school. And he's an awesome guy. I mean, he's the epitome of service. And I want to say I have benefited from him severally, sending people all the way to his hospital. And I want to celebrate him this day for his good works.
Frank, thanks a lot for calling us from Enyinem. Ifwa is calling from Wager. Good morning, Ifwa.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I want to say a big thank you to Doc for all that he's done. In fact, I always have the opinion that doctors it should be a calling to serve people. It should be something that is willing. It has to be an in-depth feeling to help someone. But most of our doctors, most of our nurses are the opposite. They hardly have that care for people, because he has gone out of his way to save the lady. Another person could have said, let me just forget about it. It's not my concern. I just want to tell him he should continue doing that. God will bless him and meet him and make him great.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for calling us from Ouija. Giovanni is calling us from Okaishi. Good morning, Giovanni. Good morning, Giovanni.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I understand you know Doc as well.
He's my classmate and he's the president of our year group. 1992-94 St. Peter's Old Boys Association. And we want to tell him we're proud of him, we're happy for what he did, and we're glad he saved a life. Kudos to him.
Thank you, Giovanni, for calling us from Okaishi. It's 9 a.m. on the dot. We'll go for the Joy Business Minutes. When we come back, we'll wrap up with Dr. Ofori. Remember, he's not the only one we're speaking to this morning. We're also going to get exclusive details on those 4 British girls who were allegedly assaulted. Juicy details that you can only get here on this dial. And we will also be discussing the issue of the drones we are getting to deliver healthcare supplies across the country. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show. But before, let me just say this. And your wife called, so Mrs. Ofori, I'm sure you'll be in agreement. The General Manager of Sales, Mr. Max Fuga, is personally inviting the two of you and your family to this year's Joy FM Family Party in the Park. It's next week, Saturday, 22nd December. So tickets will be sent to Mrs. Regina Ofori because... yeah, it's best it goes to the lady. You're good at saving lives. I don't know how good you are. Okay, so we are going for the Joy Business Minutes. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The Joy Business Minute with Karen and Darrell.
Our top stories.
The Trade Ministry has called for calm among traders in the various retail markets in the country. There's an impasse between foreign and local traders over who has the right to retail.
Insurance expert Edgar Redo is pushing for interdiction of persons who led the task force on compulsory insurance of commercial properties. It's emerged that some attendants found in these structures were manhandled by the insurance task force.
The National Food and Buffer Stock Company has assured of adequate food stock for the holiday season and beyond. The assurance is coming after warnings of price hikes of some commodities because of poor management of bumper harvests.
And Donald Trump says he could intervene in the case of Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou if it helps to avoid a further decline in U.S. relations with China. Ms. Meng, the CFO of the Chinese telecoms giant, was granted bail on Tuesday by a Canadian court.
And those are your latest stories.
With just 13 days to Christmas.
At Afrodan, we believe that many of the problems people have with their health is as a result of the way they sit. In other words, your chair can kill you. Here's Dr. Marcus Mann of the Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
What you have to remember is that the spine is the lifeline to your body, and posture is the window to that spine. Now, posture is affected by your daily activities and habits like sitting. That's why at the Chiropractic and Wellness Centers, we recommend what I believe to be the best chairs available for preventing not only subluxations, but also other health problems that you may not be aware of. And that's Rabami and Mobilex chairs. Unfortunately, on a daily basis, I have to correct the effects of this poor sitting habit in our businessmen and businesswomen. Always remember, optimal spine equals optimum health.
So, for the sake of your health, buy Rabami or Mobilex chairs from Afrodan. We're on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade. Telephone 663-085.
Crossover with Pastor Mensa Otabil.
Hello, my friends. I'm Pastor Mensa Otabil, and I want to extend a very special invitation to you as we conclude the year. We're going to have crossover at the Independence Square of Accra. Each one of us can look back at the year, and we can remember something God did. For some of you, this was the year you got married. Some of you had a baby this year. Some of you bought a house. Some of you got promoted this year. And no matter what it was, even if there were dark moments and there were difficulties, there's always going to be a spot in your life where you'd say, God visited me. God did something special for me. And I conclude the year to return my thanksgiving to Him. And that's what Crossover is all about. Come join us as we welcome the new year together at Crossover at the Independence Square.
Crossover 2018, Independence Square, 9 p.m. prompt.
Imagine you are home for the Christmas holidays, happy. You are trying to make new meals with exciting recipes you found on YouTube. You're posting pictures of your activities on social media. You're playing online games, watching live matches. You're streaming movies. You're chatting. You're video calling. You're browsing. You are happy. This is an unlimited Vodafone Christmas.
Enjoy unlimited browsing on Vodafone fixed broadband for 30 days in the unlimited Christmas promo. Simply pay for your fixed broadband 2 months or more in advance and get 1 month of unlimited internet access, as well as a choice of giveaways such as free IPTV box with 1 month Netflix access, fuel vouchers, movie tickets, free smart home devices, and many more.
The future is exciting. Ready?
Hisense Bronya Donkomi is here again with crazy deals on all our products, ranging from all sizes of television sets, refrigerators, chest freezers, air conditioners, sound systems, gas cookers, washing machines, mobile phones, and its vast range of small appliances. Rush now to any Hisense showroom and game shop from 8th December to 8th January 2019 and purchase your trusted high-quality Hisense products at a heavily discounted price. For further inquiries, call 0302 550000.
Super Morning Show. And we're back. We're here with Dr. Chief Superintendent Dr. Samuel Ofori. He's a medical doctor at the police hospital, and he chanced upon a woman who was reacting to some food she was allergic to. She was on a gluten-free diet, and she had eaten something wrong, and this woman was gasping for breath. It seems ordinary, but this happened on an airplane thousands of miles in the sky. They didn't have enough drugs that they needed. They didn't have the medical supplies that they needed. And he and another close to 80-year-old man stepped up and saved this woman's life. So we are celebrating the little things we can do today that will make a difference in someone's life. We're going quickly on the phone lines to pick a few more of your calls. And as for this one, I'll say it. Salome Sapong, who is your sister, is calling from Airport Hills. Good morning, Salu. Can I call you Salu or Sally?
Yes.
Great. What would you like to say to your brother?
I'm extremely proud of my brother. And I don't know what to say. I can't hide my joy. Even though he's our youngest, take care of all of us, including our mom. Our mom is staying with him. And on behalf of the whole family, Sammy, we love you and you make us proud. I can't even continue.
All right.
Yet.
Thank
God
you, sister.
Bless you, God bless you.
God bless you too. God bless us all.
Emotional moment here on the Super Morning Show. We are so excited, really, to be able to celebrate this simple story. Mr. Eduamwa Emmanuel is calling from Ekropong. Good morning, Mr. Eduamwa.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so you also know Dr. Samuel Ofori?
I don't quite remember him, but he could possibly be my mate or a senior. I'm a 94 group.
Yeah. So, Doc, do you remember one Eduamwa Emmanuel?
Eduamwa, the name sounds
very familiar.
Yeah.
But you're a Pescoba.
Okay, I was in Clover House.
Oh, Clover House. Okay.
So, what would you like to say?
My other concern about the whole show is we give congratulations and respect and salute to Doctor. But I think we should touch on something very urgent in molding of lives. As Doctor rightly said early on, PESCO has a model of a small, big family. Wherever the need is, we are there to help. We had a kind of mentorship. I remember Father Duge and a particular mention to Reverend Father Alphonse. The way they mentored us, he was a psychotherapist. And way back in school, even if a student is sick, the way Father Alphonse would drive you to the hospital, give you first aid, that was the motivation. That was what brought us together. That was what showed us the dignity of men. So I think in impacting on lives, we should be very careful and cautious as to how we model and train characters. I think that motivation has led all the PESCO boys into these very critical and vital positions and imparting in generation. God bless you and
God bless us all. God bless us all.
Our leaders too.
And thank you very much.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for calling. 0302-216-541-0244-340437. We'll take just a few more phone calls, then we move on. But here are the benefits you get when you ride with Uber. Quick time of arrival, usually between 2 and 5 minutes. So reliable. Safety features on the app. Door-to-door pickup, which speaks to convenience. Eliminates the need to haggle. You can either pay by cash or by card or by cash. Affordability is also very much assured. Bright is calling us from Teshi. Good morning, Bright.
Hello?
Yes, Bright, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Grace, let's hear you.
Am I on the morning show, sir?
Yes, you're on the morning show.
All right. I've been listening to Doctor's story, and I also share a similar story on my way from Ghana to US. That's November. And we also had the same incident. I'm an anesthetist in La General Hospital with my colleague who's also an anesthetist with the National Ambulance. So we had a white man who also had an allergic reaction, a very terrible one, just like what doctor is saying. And fortunately for us, we had hydrocortisone as he also used, and we also had an adrenaline to use, but we didn't have any tablet. But the challenge we had was
we had white doctors who were around. You know, per the white policy, they are not allowed to go beyond certain practice. But we as Ghanaians, we do almost everything. So they were like, can we give the IV medications? We were like, come on. If you have worked in Africa before, you know whom we are dealing with. Because as an anesthetist, entering the vein is nothing to us here. So we managed to salvage the situation. But we were also in the Pacific Ocean going, that is about 6 hours to Canada. That was the nearest place we could land. And it was also very serious issue for us.
Wow.
But thank God we were able to get this man to Chicago O'Hare Airport. Then when we got there, an ambulance came for him. So I was just listening to this and I was like, wow, this is also a nice experience.
Of course. Thank you so much, Bright. And kudos for the work you have done as well in saving this life. Quick is on the line from New Ningo. But speaking of what Bright just said, I just got this from a listener. Good morning, Dan. For some of us who believe that God moves in mysterious ways, this is the work of God. Imagine he was not on the plane. What would have happened? He got that particular flight to save the life of that lady because KLM was not the only flights coming to Accra that day from where he was coming from, which is Switzerland, I believe. Yes, you are coming from Switzerland.
Yeah, we just translated through Schiphol.
Through Schiphol, good. And so not the only flights coming to Accra that day from Switzerland. Doc has saved an additional life and God will bless him for doing it for his sister. I'm also told that your wife's friends and colleagues at Unilever are very proud of you.
Thank you.
So let me now take Kweku from New Ningo. Good morning, Kweku.
Hello, Daniel.
Hi.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Very good, Daniel. Thank you guys so much for this great program. The SMS show, the best in the world, the whole wide world. And then kudos, I want to also add my words to those who are congratulating Doctor. Kudos to him for this great act. Okay, Doctor was the God in that airplane at that moment. God bless you, Doc. God bless you. And I'm hoping to meet yourself and your wonderful family at the JFM family party in the past. I'm coming with mine. And I'm inviting all. Thank you very much, JFM. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you very much, Kweku from New Ningo. You are... See you at the party in the park. Catherine. Good morning, Catherine.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so Catherine wants to speak to Doctor directly. Hi, Catherine. How are you doing? Where are you calling us from?
All right, doctor.
Okay, so where are you calling us from?
I'm in Accra now.
Yeah, I'm told you also know Doctor.
Dr. Ofori, yes, I've met him.
Yeah, so how do you know him?
He was my savior on the KLM flight from Amsterdam to Accra.
Oh, so you are the patient we've been talking about?
Yes, I am.
So I heard you whisper something like that. Oh, okay. Wow. Catherine, thanks so much for joining us this morning. So, no so Doc is here. Tell him something.
Doctor.
Yes, Catherine.
Yeah, I think I didn't hear you from the radio because I don't have a radio. But a colleague called me to tell me that you are talking about my situation in the air.
Yeah.
So I think you've done so much. Thank you so much. I do appreciate everything.
We thank God for that.
Top and everything that you've saved on me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome always.
Yes.
Catherine, before you go, let me ask, how was this whole experience for you? I mean, from the very beginning.
An ordeal experience. I've had this experience before, but in the public, it's so embarrassing. So humiliating. I don't know how to describe it, Daddy. I'm so out of words, so I don't know what to say.
And
it was so embarrassing, very, very bad. What they did to me it's so uncalled for. I don't know how to describe the whole situation, but it has happened. So what can I say?
Yeah, it's unfortunate how it happened, but take us through what you were going through at that point when you started reacting in that way and you could not breathe. I mean, what were you thinking?
Initial stages, you know, when I get reaction to gluten, it's deadly. So I always order my food as gluten-free diet. I don't know, when I first opened the food, because I was so hungry. We delayed so much in Amsterdam. So I was just eager to eat the food. But when I opened it and I saw the sauce, I thought, they've never put this kind of sauce on my food before. But I eat teriyaki sauce. So I thought, probably it's teriyaki, so I can just enjoy it. As soon as I finished eating the food, I just passed out. I couldn't move. So I was just showing signs to the next passenger sitting next to me. So I just asked her to call the crew member that I'm not feeling well. I started sweating, feeling so uneasy, and suddenly I passed out. What I realized is that I was throwing up a lot. And then when it happened to me, the deadly how do I call it, reaction is instant diarrhea. Instant diarrhea. It just comes from me like a water running through my anus. So I started throwing out, and then after throwing out, I seized breath. I get a tight chest. I can't breathe. I can't do anything, and I have so much height from my skin. My skin was burning like fire has poured on my skin. It was terrible. I can't describe the feeling I had on the plane. But it's okay. I had it before. But this one, my only concern is how I got so naked in the presence of a lot of people. That is what my concern is. It was so embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing.
So that's how bad the burning was. You had to take off your clothes.
Yes, the burning was like I couldn't contain my clothes. I have to take everything out. And I was screaming for them to help me to take the clothes off. Because the crew members don't know what was happening to me, and they don't know the reaction to the allergies that I have. They was a bit hesitant to help me remove the clothes. But I had a shoe on, running shoe, with my leggings and my dress on top. I have to force the lady to pull my running shoe, pull my everything except my underwear. It was terrible, Daddy. It was terrible. I couldn't contain the burning sensation that I was having on my skin. It's like a fire has poured on me.
Wow.
And I have when I became conscious, I realized that I have hives on my skin, bumps.
Wow, Catherine, I can't imagine this.
It's Daddy, the ordeal that I went through on the flight. It's only God knows, and I give thanks to God and Dr. Ofori. If it had not been him, I would have been dead, because these people don't want anybody to help me, and they themselves don't know how to tackle the situation. It was so awful. That is so I don't know. I'm just out of words. Wow. I'm out of words. It's okay. I thank God for the life of Dr. Ofori, and it's I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to him. So grateful.
I wish there was something more I knew to ask you, but in a moment like this, Catherine, we thank God for your life. We thank God.
Yes, Daddy.
You're alive.
So much.
And just a final word that you want to say to Dr. Ofori, and before.
Dr. Ofori, he will be forever my friend. He will be forever my friend, and I pray that God will help him with his endeavors. Everything that he's doing, his career, everything will be successful in the name of Jesus. That is all I pray for him, and he will be. I will be forever grateful to him. I will be visiting him with his family if he has one. And then, forever friendship.
He does. They'll be at the Joy FM family party in the park, so you can join us there.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. We thank God for your life. We thank God for everything that happened. I mean, these circumstances are just happen to foster good relationship that we Ghanaians, the hospitality that is found in Ghanaian. Yes. So we thank God for your life too.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate that.
Always welcome.
I appreciate that. God bless you, Doctor.
God bless you too.
The words you say hurt me so much. I shouldn't show me more that much. And Chana nipa huwa flow nipa. I know they bother too much, but men so me want feelings be. And see we my dear, I'm a telling me. So me pesa me de wo before be she me mu. Treat me like your brother, and treat me like your sister, and make me one of your own. Treat me like your sister, treat me like your brother, and treat me like your sister, Please make me one of your own. Treat me like your sister, Ain't this a woman, so me da baby, Wami, Beyonce, see ya. Minya macaroni Italia. Moja die frusani womi mu. Body be like nipa be even nipa be a shimpo. This world and its caliber of people. And they will watching out with a pompo. It's in love one another, Cause nobody knows tomorrow. And your mommy back pencil in one year. I could be one of yours. Treat me like your brother, and treat me like your sister, and make me one of your own.
So this is not just about being a good doctor or a good policeman. It's about being a good human being, a good Ghanaian. And I love the way Dr. Ofori ended the conversation there with Catherine by telling her, look, everywhere around the world they say Ghanaians are hospitable people. And this is what should really show our hospitality. As we're ending the year, I hope you are thinking about ways that you can do what you are supposed to do. Just show up. Just do your bit. Do your best. The impact of that you can never measure. Doctor, thank you so much for inspiring us this morning.
Thank you, Daniel, for inviting us.
Chief Superintendent Dr. Samuel Ofori there. He has to rush back to police hospital now to continue to do what he does. Have a great day, Doc.
Thank you.
We're going to take these important messages and come back with more conversations specifically about health. But the text messages you're sending are brought to you by Afro Daniel Bachman's last